Alrighty. I am just going to make sure that we are live inside the group, but we're still recording anyway, so it should be all good. Bear with me. Excellent, excellent. We are live. Welcome along. Thank you for joining me on the live video. Sheila, I appreciate you.
Thank you for joining me.
Oh, hello. Okay, beautiful. We are all set. So welcome along to this video training. I'm going to explain the importance of something in particular and how it can help you achieve your goals 3 times faster. Now, I do a lot of work like this with my clients. So we run through a lot of this work together, but it's always really good for anyone to have a refresh and for anyone to really pay attention. And I really wanted to bring a lot of emphasis to this particular thing. So let's get started. If you're watching on live, type in the chat, regardless of where you are live. If you're watching on replay, type in the chat replay. So I want to know if you have found it difficult reaching your goals. Do you want faster results? In other words, has it been like months and months and months in order for you to reach your goal? Is it really difficult for you to get there? Are you finding it really difficult? Ask yourself, why aren't you achieving them? Most of the time, it's so very simple, effective, yet most of us struggle to do it. What do I mean by it? Is you don't believe that you can achieve them. I mean, they're meant to be difficult, these goals, right? They're meant to be difficult. And if you didn't want them so badly, they probably wouldn't be your goals. So it's probably fair to say that they are almost unbelievable. I want you to notice that belief is a thought that you just keep on thinking. It's repetitive. It's in your brain, it's repetitive, and it's just a thought that confirms your beliefs. But the good thing is you get to believe what you wish to believe about yourself. So when we're growing up, our brains have had to collect data to start learning and evolving. And they began to pick up information from our parents, neighbors, teachers, friends. And people would have told us things which created our programming, right? So everything that we believed to be true. We believed it all and knew it as the truth until maybe we saw or we were taught the opposite later on in life. So even then, those who rewrote the truths, so something that they believed as younger, but then was told the opposite, and so they rewrote their truth, we're probably in a trusting and open place to do so. So what I'm getting at is it's not always easy to just rewrite the truth. So our programming, all of the information that we stored as a kid growing up, that is everything that we believe to be the truth. And it's really difficult to change that. You have to kind of be in an open place, a trusting place, maybe trust the person that you're talking to, trust that they're a reasonable source. So for example, growing up, we might believe a particular religion. For some people, they might get to a certain age and start believing or seeing other things that starts to rewrite that belief. So they say, okay, that's not actually just the truth. Maybe there's something else out there. Another example, maybe your father ran away when you were a child. Maybe you had the belief or understanding or truth that your father wanted to leave you, okay? But that might not necessarily be the truth, okay? Now, until our guard is let down and we learn something new about a particular topic, when we decide our program isn't true anymore, it's gonna be really difficult to rewrite that truth. Bear with me here. If any of you have been omnivores and are leaning towards a herbivore diet, you would have experienced this. Maybe growing up, you've always believed that we needed meat to thrive, that maybe you need dairy for calcium in your bones. And then somewhere along the line, you might have watched a video or a documentary, you might have talked to a friend or seen results with someone else. And that is when you're in an open position, an open state, your guard is let down a little bit. Maybe you trust the source, maybe you trust the person. And then suddenly your brain is starting to rewrite that belief. It's the truth, according to your brain, but it's actually just a belief. The funny thing is we actually know the difference between fact and opinion, but most of the time we believe our beliefs are facts. Now, if the omnivore example is like you've probably experienced this as well. Now, I want you to understand that our beliefs create our identity. Our identity creates behaviors and actions, which creates results, and therefore confirms our belief to be true. So let's look at this in action. If you believe you are unproductive, you'll identify as unproductive. You'll act and behave in a way that is unproductive. Maybe you sit around and say, I'm such an unproductive person, scrolling through social media. Hey, guilty of that before. Then you'll act in a way that is unproductive, like an unproductive person does, creating results that therefore confirms the initial belief that you're unproductive is true. Does that make sense? Let's change the adjective here. How else can this look like? If you believe you're a successful person, you'll identify as a successful person. I believe I'm a successful person, therefore I am a successful person. Nobody says, I believe I'm successful, I'm not successful, right? They clash. It doesn't make sense. So then you would act or behave in a way that a successful person does. Maybe a successful person that claims that and believes that they are successful will get up early every day. They'll get up when their alarm goes off. They'll go outside. They'll get some fresh air. They'll get some sunlight. They'll get some water. They'll get some movement, right? It's how that person defines successful. They will keep moving towards that success. That creates results. Those results, therefore, confirm the initial belief that that person is successful. Wow, suddenly your belief has began creating success for you without you having to even lift a finger. Can you see how the exact same example taken from an unproductive place versus a productive place, so unproductive identity versus a successful identity, that's just come from a place of belief. So it's really important to see how your beliefs change your actions, which change and create your results. Here's an example of my old belief and thought patterns. And this is 100% true. My auntie used to call me lamb chops, and she used to squeeze my thighs as a kid. And after that, I believed that I was chubby. I identified as the chubby kid in school, and growing up, I just believed that I was chubby. So therefore I was like, I'm chubby, I'm unable to exercise, I can't run, I am not like everyone else because I am chubby and I struggle with exercise. So therefore my actions were the fact that I never actually did any exercise. I never did any PE. I would always try and skip out of PE. Therefore, because I never exercised, I never played ball with kids after school. I always used to sit in front of the TV because I believed that I was chubby. And I believed that I didn't have any abilities to exercise or move. As a result, my body didn't change. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't obese as a kid or as a teenager, far from it. But my body never changed. I did not grow up to be strong until I was late 20s. And up until then, I stayed, in my eyes, as chubby. So there's a perfect example of how my belief system held me back as a kid. And I'm not blaming my auntie for squeezing my legs that look like those little Michelin men. I'm not blaming her, but I'm blaming my belief system for not changing that. But again, it wasn't my fault. I didn't know that my beliefs created my results. That's why I'm telling you now, your beliefs will create your results. It is literally like a domino effect. How do you get to your goals faster? You start shifting your beliefs. Now, I'm unsure why, but we generally lean towards negative beliefs, negative thoughts. It kind of takes a lot of energy to create a positive thought and belief. I'm not entirely sure why, and I keep searching around for answers and I've not come up with anything. So if you do know this, please let me know. But we generally do lean towards the negative thoughts and the negative beliefs, and that kind of becomes quite normal. I want you to think of, for example, if you feel like you're not worthy, or you're not beautiful, or you're not successful. Do you think a baby is born that way? Would you see a brand new, fresh baby, clearly tell I don't have kids, and immediately say that baby is unworthy or they're not beautiful? It's not a fact. It's not a fact. The fact that you believe that it is you are unworthy is just an opinion. It's just a belief. Just because you think you're unworthy doesn't mean you are. The same rule applies to so many other beliefs. You might think you're too fat, too ugly, too accomplished in life to do anything. Inexperienced. Okay, not enough. This doesn't make it true, which is incredible, because that now means that you know this belief, which you believe to be true, is just a belief, and you just need to believe that you can change that. And then you start changing your results. And the truth is, you always have the ability to choose what you believe and think, no matter what your situation is, right? No matter where you are. We just got another person entering the room. No matter where you are, what your situation is, you always have the option to choose what you believe and choose what you think in that moment, because they're different to facts. Yes, you've got your facts, but how you interpret them are your beliefs, and those beliefs are going to create the actions. So how do we change our beliefs? Bianca, you've talked already for however long, probably about 15 minutes. Yes, you've talked 15 minutes. Like, how do I change this? The big question is, what do you want to believe, and how do you believe it? Number one, I want you to find out what you already believe. Find out what you believe now about yourself, your life, the people around you, your past, your capacity for the future. We can look at your beliefs, and I could tell you what your future looks like, what your future holds, just purely based on your beliefs. Some things, little bits might change, but ultimately, if you continue believing that you're a failure and you're not able to do something and you're not going to do it, guess what? You're not going to do it. You're not going to achieve it. The energy behind it is so different. Imagine if you woke up every day believing, which is a choice, believing that you are productive, believing that you are a person who moves their body every day, believing that you have got this, believing that you are successful, believing that you are of your ideal weight. Your attitude is going to be so flipping different, so different when it comes to the healthy habits, when it comes to drinking water, when it comes to movement, when it comes to daylight and nature. Your energy is going to be so different, and the amount that you actually change will be very different, because you believe that you are that successful person, that person who is already getting everything that they want. So find out what you want to believe. Okay, your belief will give you your result. What are your goals? What actions or habits do you want to do? What are the opposites to your limiting beliefs? So look at your current beliefs. Yeah, find out what you already believe. What is the opposite to that? And then you need to practice believing. You literally have the same capacity as I do to get up and go to the gym every day. You have the same capacity as me. There is nothing else telling you that you don't have the same capacity or the same ability. to have my determination or to have my motivation. You have the capacity, you have the ability to it. You're not disabled in that kind of capacity, no matter who you are, no matter what you are. What you believe, again, is going to create your results. Okay, so you have the same capacity to say no to alcohol, to get up, to go to the gym, say no to crisps or sweets. If you believe you're as committed, if you believe you aren't as committed, you won't get the results you desire. If you believe you are as committed, you'll feel determined and want to create that change, and that creates the results. And the best part about your beliefs is that they are a thought, not a fact, meaning you get to change them, change your beliefs and achieve your goals faster, because you're not wading through mud, you're not fighting that resistance in your brain. You have to believe what you can achieve, whether it's losing weight, finding the love of your life, or become qualified in your ideal career. So how does changing our beliefs look like in action form? This is the exciting part. You need to write all of your beliefs and thoughts about your thing. So if your thing is weight, if your thing is financial, literally got the words financial freedom there on my board. If your thing, your belief is that you can't make any money and your finances are shit, maybe that's your thing. Maybe it's your career or your relationship. Write down all your beliefs and do it one by one about that particular thing. All of your beliefs, all of your thoughts. Do you believe you can lose weight? Do you believe that you have the ability to make a shit ton of money? Do you believe, or do you not believe, that you'll ever find the love of your life? Write down all of your thoughts and beliefs around this thing that we're going to shift. Again, one topic, something specific. So weight, job, relationship. Now I want you to notice what you can change and what you can move and shift. So look at how these thoughts are creating an effect on your life. How are they creating an effect on your life? Are they limiting you to your capacities, to your time, to your abilities, to your motivation, to your positivity? Are they limiting you by not letting you believe or go further to try and find the answers or to try and find the resources because you already believe that you can't do it? So for example, if I believed that I was a terrible coach and I couldn't do this and I wasn't worthy of being here, I wouldn't go out in search for a business mentor to help me get further, because I would have already gone, nah, I'm not worthy of it, I'm not good enough anyway, and I wouldn't be here. Don't limit yourself. There is only one you in the world. Be yourself and let the world enjoy you and what you have to offer. You're unique after all, right? And now we take a bunch of those negative thoughts and we're going to counteract them, checkmate them, okay? We're going to create the positive version of them. I don't know if I can do it. Change is, I can do it no matter what. I want to be a better friend. Changes to, I'm an amazing friend. I can't lose weight no matter how hard I try. I can always try harder. Right? They turn into a positive. They're motivational. They're empowering. They're much more positive. So write down the negatives. How is that affecting your life? How is that limiting you? And now you write down the opposite. Don't know if I can do it, turns into I can do it no matter what. Now, if they seem way too far-fetched, you can adjust the wording so it's slightly easier to believe. This is kind of like neutralizing the thought, because sometimes you might go, oh my God, there is no way I can believe that. That is way too far-fetched. So then you change it. So for example, if it's I can't lose weight and you think, okay, so the opposite is I can lose 20 stone, that might seem way too much of a jump for your brain to actually believe it. So we want to neutralize it just a little bit and take it back. So that then turns into, I have the ability to lose weight. I have the ability to lose as much weight as I desire, right? So it's a little less forward, if that makes sense. I can make things work out. This is my life and I'm very strong. This doesn't need to be easy, but I've got this. Liking myself is available and worth the effort. This work is going to be so cool. This is an awesome tool for me to use. Decide to think on purpose and practice thinking it. To say it, you have to think it, you have to say it out loud. I want you to notice every single time this thought, this limiting belief comes up in your head, because you have the ability right now, as of now, to sit in victim mentality, to sit in victim mode and say, oh, but I can't do this, I can't do this. Okay, cool. If you want to sit in victim mentality and you want to get your goals, they don't work hand in hand. But these thoughts are going to come up. Now, if you choose to actively, internally say the opposite, say the positive, empowering side, then amazing. You get to start changing your beliefs and you start taking responsibility for your change. Otherwise, you can sit in victim mentality and not get to your goals and make it as slow as possible. Like I said, sometimes you might have to move towards that neutral thought before moving to straight to the opposite version. So like, I love you anyway, it's okay, instead of I love myself and I'm the very best, right? What do you want to believe about yourself, your children, your life, your weight, your health, your finances, your ability, your capacities? Write down your goals. Why don't you think you're achieving your goals? You don't believe that you can achieve them. You don't believe it. Said this at the start of the video. You don't believe that you can achieve them. So start changing your beliefs. I've told you how. Write down every belief that you have about a topic. Notice what you can change and look at how they are affecting your life. Write the opposite. When the thought comes up in your mind, anytime the thought comes up, you say the opposite. You say it over and over again. Over and over again. I've got this. This might not be easy, but I've got this. This might not be easy, but I can always lose weight. I can lose weight. I can lose weight. I have the ability to lose weight. The more you say it, the more your brain believes it to be true. It was said, something was said when you were younger, so now you just got to unlearn that. And by unlearning and relearning, repetition works so much. Why do you think when people practice studying, they use revision cards? Because they're constantly seeing the same things over and over again. That's evidence that repetition works for your brain in order for information to sink in. Okay, now, where was I? I just skipped all of my notes. Here is the biggest kicker. Where was I? Here's the biggest kicker. Why do you think you're not already changing your beliefs? Why do you think you're not already changing your beliefs? Because you don't believe that this can work. If you believed that changing your thoughts would get you to your results 3 times faster, you would already be bloody changing your results, your beliefs, sorry. But the problem is, at the moment, you don't believe that something as simple as changing your beliefs is going to get you to your goals faster. Otherwise, you'd already be doing it. Like a new diet out there, you'd probably be already trying it. Have you tried changing your beliefs for 30 days straight? Until you try that, I challenge you, start shifting your beliefs. Okay? So you keep not believing that changing your beliefs will get you to your goals. and continue seeing the same results, slow or lack of results. Or you can believe that your beliefs determine your success. You can change them. You can practice and repeat the new beliefs, and you can get to your goal 3 times faster, or even 10 times faster. What are you going to choose? Tell me. I'd love to know. If you want a breakdown on how to get to your goals faster, I want you to type the word clarity in the comments, and I'll give you the next best 3 steps in pure clarity and pure form on how you can achieve them. If you don't want to buy coaching, that's totally fine. You'll still see some results. If you do want more coaching, that's awesome. We'll be able to fast track you to everything that you want for your goals in a fraction of the time. So write clarity below and we can jump on a call. I've got a few, after the challenge, the big workshop that we had, I've got a few spaces coming up. So I would love to get you guys on a call. Let's have a look at the chat here. No one's in the chat. Jeanette and oh my God, my mind's gone completely blank. Sorry, Sheila. Jeanette and Sheila. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Michelle. Nice to see you all here. I think that was it. I think I didn't miss anything. Does anyone have any questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm going to give you a moment to write any questions. Jeanette and Sheila, you can pop it in the Zoom chat if you have any questions. I'm going to give you guys all a couple of minutes. Oh, Lisa, you just hopped on. You're going to have to watch on replay. You missed it. You missed it. That's all right. You can watch on replay. Okay. If there's no questions, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for your patience, for your time, for your belief that you can do this. And I shit you not. If you change your beliefs, you're halfway there. 3 times faster, 10 times faster. I thought 10 times seemed a bit outrageous, so I thought I'd write 3 times. Get to your goals 3 times faster, 10 times faster, okay? All right, Jeanette, we'll catch on replay too, but what I heard was good. Excellent, excellent. All right, lovelies. Yes, I will share it again, Lisa. Thank you so much, everyone, for jumping on. I will catch you soon. Right, take care. Love you.